Yeah, mine stays there. And we're live.
So live. So happy to be here.
We got Jordan and we got CH Ace.
Just teasing him right off the bat.
Is he there?
Oh, yeah. Is that
Super
working?
focused. Yeah, you're in.
I'm still playing around with things.
Are you trying to change your name?
Yeah, trying to see if there's a way to change my name from not having the screwed up spelling on the screen.
No, you have to leave it like that.
Okay, every time I guess that's the way the name's going.
Yeah, sticking with it.
Yep. This is why I never give people trouble when they spell my name wrong, because I spell my own name wrong.
That's fair. That's fair. My pronunciation's always wrong. Everyone calls me Jordan Wiley, and I don't know.
I still call you Jordan Wiley.
Please don't.
Because it reminds me of Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I've always called you Jordan Wiley too. I'm like, no way it could be Willie.
It's Willie, okay?
That's right.
Go talk to your cousins and
it's kind of like you spell the Willie's Jeep, so it checks out.
See?
It makes sense.
So we haven't podcasted in quite a while. We do have a bunch of updates.
There's a lot of updates since the last podcast. Where do we even start? I don't think we've talked about the delivery of the truck to Ontario, eh?
Don't think so.
Yeah. So I guess that's the biggest update. We delivered our first semi-truck to a customer. It's not road legal yet because they still haven't solved that problem. But they're like, just bring us. We'll use it on site for our own on-site operations of moving stuff around our yard.
Well, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it didn't work. We got it there. It immediately broke down.
That was the cooling, like if something got too cold
the batteries
during transportation?
were stone cold frozen.
So we turned the power off on it for transport. So the high voltage and low voltage was off. So the batteries had no heaters in them. And then we get there, it was just, he went through like minus 40 at times, he said. So of course, as any vehicle would, it was just frozen cock stiff. So we had to unload her and let her heat up. And once it thawed, it was good.
We've been debating this a lot now internally. On the one hand, we were literally just, me, Eric, and Yale were talking about this today. On the one hand, it's like, do we just leave the high voltage on to let the batteries maintain themselves and keep themselves warm? Like it'll keep itself warm for like a month at like minus 30 below. But then you've got to leave your high voltage live all the time. And then I'm like, that seems intuitively wrong to me as a truck driver. Because like I'm used to turning off the night switch, killing all the power when it's super cold. Like, hey, I'm going to be leaving this truck for like 3-4 days. I'm going to turn off every battery. But then they're saying like, yeah, like electric vehicles will maintain themselves in the wintertime. Like the Tesla will just keep itself so it's ready to go when you drive it. But then the other hand, we were talking like, well, Spencer was there and he's like, well, truck drivers are used to waiting 10, 15, 20 minutes to like let their truck warm up when it's 30 below. Like it's like kind of the same thing. You would start your truck, wait that 20 minutes if you wanted to disconnect it. So it's a balancing act for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just a tough one. I don't know, because it's nice to just be ready to go, and that's what's meant to do. So,
yeah, there's always the what is it, Wabasco heaters too. That would be good to.
Once again, you got to leave your truck kind of on though. They need to take power off the batteries. You can't night switch your truck off and still run your Wabasso.
What about if your low voltage was you had a separate battery for that?
Yeah, and I mean, you could always have the night switch turn off things like lights,
are you saying night switch
auxiliaries,
or
and like put the main switch on.
Isn't it knife switch?
What?
Is it night switch? I've always called it knife switch. I swear that's what we call it.
Knife switch.
Yeah.
Okay, Ricky.
Am I confused, man?
It's that's night switch because so we had a big debate when we were out in Ontario.
That's crazy.
The
mechanics I told us so.
Like I've heard it called like a kill switch. That's like a racing term.
We've called kills. Yeah.
There's the master switch, more of a mechanic terms. There's the night switch because you hit it at nighttime. Like it's night, and I'm gonna hit the night switch for the night.
Yeah.
I've never heard it. What is the logic for knife?
I don't know. Just because master switch is the most common.
It cuts the power.
Yeah, maybe that's what I thought it was. I don't know. But master switch is.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
I'm gonna Google something real quick here. Before I sound like an idiot.
Yeah, so there's that too. But it went really well. We met the new drivers that are going to be driving it. They were pretty excited.
They didn't even know until like the truck was already there.
So the one that looks more like a chopping block for paper, that one's the knife switch.
Oh,
So
okay,
Oh.
okay.
Okay,
Checks out.
interesting,
Then there's
interesting.
There is
one
a
more
thing.
term we got to add now.
yeah,
But yeah, no, drivers are kind of excited. Now, we haven't been back there because we're waiting on updates. One of the frustrating things, which is personally kind of very frustrating, is that the truck's ready to go. No,
Don't talk about it more.
get taken out.
strike sound
Fucking
effect.
guy.
Strike sound effect.
Okay,
Just keep talking.
we can't turn on the thing because the people that programmed the thing haven't programmed the thing, and it's throwing a bunch of error codes. But basically, it's saying it's expecting to see the engine, and the engine isn't there. So like it runs off an electric motor, but the people that programmed the thing, I'm trying to be real careful about how I'm talking about this. How you program the thing, the people that programmed the thing to turn on, programmed it so that if there's error codes on the diesel engine, it won't work. But we don't have a diesel engine, but the thing's freaking out and not turning off because it's like no oil pressure, no RPM. How am I supposed to turn on? I won't let you turn on. And you're like, just fucking turn on.
Yeah.
So we're waiting now on third-party programming, which is always very frustrating because now it's out of our hands. There's nothing we can do. We don't control this software. We don't deal with this software. And we're just waiting. Now, Conrad is talking with them, so they are aware of it. They are doing things with it, but yeah, it's a little annoying. We'll probably go back there sometime. Hopefully, I'm hoping now March to update the programming. And we need the new wiring harness too, so we've sent off the new wiring harness for manufacturing because there's all of the stuff with the thing that goes on there that needs to connect. We've had temporary wiring harnesses in there. Now we got to put in the permanent wiring harness. Now that we know where everything else is on that truck, we've been able to order the permanent wiring harness. So we're just waiting on that to show up.
Yeah. I definitely I don't want to talk about it too much because, got to be careful. But the undisclosed truck, it's such a large truck. People have to assume it's a large rig up. So I think with that, they got to know there's going to be issues with whatever it is that's being rigged up. Like there's a lot going on there. So.
It's pretty simple. It's just things that do things.
You can't don't talk about it.
I can't talk. We need to change the subject like right now.
Yeah,
we
let's talk
should
about
not
something
be
else.
talking about the undisclosed truck
Hey,
on.
You had a pretty
Alive.
exciting couple videos come out of you guys smashing up a building, which we should talk about instead of something that you're going to spill on the air right away.
Well,
I
hold
gotta
on. We
say
should go
quickly-
right into the next undisclosed while I'm still in the mindset of let's not talk. We can't say too much about it. So why don't we just talk about the other undisclosed? Why are all our first trucks undisclosed?
Give me 1 second. Prairie Trucker in the comments. Thank you for not saying what it is. I've had to delete your comments before, so I see you heard it. Don't say it. You're okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
You want to get blocked by Edison Motors?
Yeah.
You dick, don't do anything. Don't say
Okay.
it.
So
Okay.
moving on.
Moving on. Let's talk about the other project that we really can't say too much about. But that is the Land Cruiser project. So we've been doing, a third-party testing agency has been doing a lot of testing in the United States. Part of just basic vehicle performance testing, brake testing. They've been testing regen braking, generator charging, other additional features of testing. We can't, it's very, very frustrating because it's a closed facility where we can't even film anything. Like they literally, they will take your phones away before going in there so that you can't take vehicles because a lot of different manufacturers are all testing their undisclosed vehicles that aren't ready to be released, aren't ready to be shown to the public. So we can't do anything film-wise to show you, but it is going pretty decently.
That great.
It's
Held it
not
together
so
there.
we were told that we're like, oh, so this is going to be amazing. They're like, well, temper your expectations a little bit. Your vehicle's not perfect. There are flaws, but so far you have one of the better performing vehicles that we've been doing some testing on.
Nice.
They're like
That's
the
good.
critical features that we need are working. It in many aspects, some aspects, it's one of the better performing ones they've had. Other aspects, we need some improvement, but overall, they've been very, very satisfied. The generator is now charging the batteries. We have actual hard numbers of how much power that Land Cruiser is using while driving. The generator is more than capable of moving the Land Cruiser and still producing extra power. The torque has been phenomenal. We've been just having the electric motors on the axles have just given like amazing results for power, controllability, torque. The driver's saying personally he's been really, really enjoying driving it. It's one of the more fun ones he's driven. So
Are we allowed to talk like actual numbers? Like, is there anything with like actual fuel economy compared to Land Cruiser?
I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about the actual numbers, so I'm being relatively vague until they like send us their report back. But they've hooked it up with a bunch of sensors. They've been running around.
Yeah.
One of the things we did have to do is upgrade the braking system from the stock Toyota Land Cruiser, but that's not an issue, luckily, with our system. And luckily, you have the regen braking. So Rich went down there, and I think it was Rich went down there. Ray went down there. He upgraded the braking system a little bit, sent the parts. Some of the fallbacks, the turbo had issues. That new 2.8 Cummins blew the turbo for some reason.
Oh, really?
Which
So
wasn't on us.
It's not on us.
like
That's a warranty claim under a brand new motor. But we got that fixed. The exhausts, the muffler we put on the exhaust, we wanted to try and keep it quiet. It was causing a little bit too much back pressure on the engine, so it wasn't optimizing the way that the motor was running. So we had to change the exhaust. But we also have generator control. Oh, how much am I allowed to say? We got good generator control now happening on the truck. Whereas before, going into it, we hadn't really, like, we sent in that truck and we're like, okay, this is the trial one. So some of the data, Conrad, Ray, and Eric have been working all week on just fine-tuning that generator, and they're getting much happier with how that thing is outputting the power. So overall, I think we have been doing. I'm very happy. They said temper your expectations. It's not a perfect vehicle, but there's still going to be some things we have to improve on the next truck. But they're really, really impressed with the truck itself overall.
Oh, Jordan, you bumped your mic and now you're muted. What's going on here? How can I do that? Unmute? I can't even do it. Well, frickin' guy. Well, I guess, there you go.
I'm good. Sorry. My bad. No, with all this talk about the Undisclosed and then with this other truck, and we can't talk about them, I'm really excited for Joel's truck. Just his first one, but even when they do the hybrid truck for Joel too, because that's just open, honest. We can talk about it. There's no
my God.
Just
as
everything.
A company that puts everything we do on YouTube, having our first two vehicles going to undisclosed customers in undisclosed locations is very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
I want to be able to talk about it so much.
And I'm sure the editing too there, and like a lot of people I know with the last video of the Undisclosed truck, they're taking pictures of like the walls and like, oh, see what color those walls are. We know what this is, and blah blah blah. It's like, shut up. No, you don't. Like, you don't.
What? Maybe they do. We can't talk anymore.
And don't give them the paint for the walls.
My favorite one is one of the people, because we know we just dropped the Edison mod for American Truck Simulator here. Came out on Valentine's Day. And it's funny. Somebody shared a post on Reddit, on the Truck Simulator Reddit. They're like, and before I even shared a post, and they're like, the new American Truck Simulator Edison mods just dropped. And the picture was a basically yellow and green tow truck.
Mm.
Like, I didn't realize that there was body packs, but there was the Tokel logging truck colors, which were the traditional logging colors of yellow and green for a logging truck. But then it dropped with the yellow-green wrecker. So everyone's like, whoa, was that the color of the yellow-green? Yellow-green. And you're like, yeah. There's a yellow-green wrecker option. Is it a wrecker? And it's like, it's got the lift axle, like the mid-axle, the tandem, and it's like, oh, that looks pretty. So
I can't
that
believe
got
they
shared
screwed
around.
up.
That was in the video, and like,
I can't believe they screwed up and put those colors in there.
Yeah, crazy. That's not also a hint either. That could be anything. That's definitely not the thing that was supposed to be in there.
I will say, Jordan, though, for the videoing, we have a ton of footage of the actual things. So I'm just can't wait to be able to use it.
I'm sure use it. Yeah.
When we're allowed to use it, it should be a pretty good video.
Yeah.
And but we just have I go there and I film, but 99% can't be shown.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I can't use that one. Oh, that was good. Can't use that. Oh,
and these aren't. This isn't a hard date, but they are planning to do a big reveal thing eventually here.
Like
Yeah,
soon,
it's in
like
June.
soon in June.
June.
It's in June, yeah.
Okay, just counting down those days.
They said they better get the truck, the thing on the truck working by then.
We missed one here. David was, and this was on our notes too. Are we going to ConExpo?
Maybe. The
you know.
ConExpo one is, so we might be at ConExpo this year, but we might not have anything at all that we can bring to ConExpo. So we're like, oh, we could bring Topsy. No, because Topsy does not have its national emissions mark, it cannot cross the border. Cannot do the paperwork, cannot get Topsy across the border because it does not have a national emissions mark. It's the hybrid issue again. Cannot bring that into the States. So can't bring Topsy. The Undisclosed truck is in Ontario at the Undisclosed customer, and they're obviously keeping it secret. They don't want us to bring that to ConExpo. Plus, it doesn't have its national emissions mark. The other one, the MCon truck, does not have its national emissions mark. Can't bring that across the border. We got Carl, that's the 1962, our very first one, trying to convince the Land Cruiser because that is in the United States, doing its testing at the facility there. But that depends on the customer saying, yeah, you can bring the Land Cruiser. So we might end up just bringing the hot dog roller to Connex. I don't know what else to bring. We got... Like, what do we bring to Connex? We have no vehicles. We got a 1962 Kenworth that's like, man, I haven't fired that thing up in like a year and a half. It's also not at all what our technology is, and we've changed so much since then. Like, I don't know what
just
to
bring the
to
Nikola
Connex.
truck and just make fun of it the whole time, I guess.
The worst case is we have an empty booth and Chase and I walk around and say hi to people and try and make a video.
Yeah. I'm
But
trying to see if Rich will let me take the RAM, but he's like, I'm still working on the RAM. I don't want to shin the RAM. I'm still working on it. I'm putting wiring harness in. I'm in the middle of doing stuff. Go away. Don't take my truck away for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'll see, this is also my problem because I kind of forgot about Connex for a long time until somebody reminded me like 2 months ago that, hey, yeah, you guys got that booth at Connex. And we got like, problem is they gave us a wicked good deal on the booth because like they're crazy expensive normally. And they're like, yeah, it'd be awesome to have you guys there. And you're like, sweet, I agreed to this like a year and a half ago, not realizing that we didn't even realize that the national emission mark thing was such a big issue and we wouldn't even be able to cross the border. So, I agreed to things that got myself in trouble. This is like the Lethbridge show again. Remember when the Lethbridge happened? And they're like, hey, do you want to come bring your truck to Lethbridge? And they're like, yeah, if we got time. And then they promoted that like Edison Motors is going to be at the Lethbridge Truck Show. And I forgot about the Lethbridge Truck Show, but the Lethbridge show was only like 3 weeks away from when we had to do Topsy, and I had to do that big unveiling. That's where we first met Joel with Royal, because I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I don't have a truck lined up. The show is in 3 days, and then DJ and Joel from Royal are like, we will low bed Carl there. Let's get it down there. And they put it on the low bed, and that's what actually started the relationship with Joel and Royal. So maybe they can come through a Plitch and we haul Carl down again, or we find
Carl
we find the American
version.
version. Like maybe we find the American version of Royal. We've had like some American that could like help us out in a pinch and bring us down to Connex. So if you guys got any ideas on how to get Carl or Rich's Ram down to ConExpo in 2 weeks, please let us know.
I don't think we should bring Carl there.
Carl's a bad look on. I don't know.
Carl's like, but it's like the first truck we ever made.
Yeah. So that's a bad representation of where we
But
are
people
now.
know it's the first truck we ever made. Like our fans will know that that's like, look how far we've come. It's just that Carl has a VIN number and Carl was made before emission compliance. It's so old that it's grandfathered in. It doesn't need a national emissions mark because it's so old. It's the only truck that we will be allowed to cross the border with because of its age is grandfathered in. And the Land Cruiser, because I was also grandfathered, but that's at a customer.
Mike said, wouldn't the Ram also have the same problem?
It might. It depends if they... That's a hard one. It's like, it could cross because it has a VIN and a pickup. It depends on like how much attention the border crossing guard is paying.
That's true. If you cross as an
Like-
Edison truck, it's different than just like, hey, we're
Yeah,
putting
like
his
if they're
Pontiac
not
back.
paying attention, we might be able to be fine. It's like, I'm just taking my pickup down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no problem. Don't look any further at this thing.
Well, we might have
But
been
now,
fine
like
until Mike asked that
we're
question.
well known
Yeah.
enough that it's like, yeah, we might have been fine until somebody asked a question, and then I just talked about the question. So as long as the border agent is or isn't a fan, we might like.
I can
Could
see
go
it
both
now.
ways.
This clip's gonna be playing on a phone, like in your face. the border agent
Sitting
didn't know.
at the border with the
And-
truck.
We didn't know. We didn't know.
And this is a tough one too. Brandon says just go with the stack of hats for members. It's hard getting merch in. They don't let you bring merch in because they think you're selling it.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
we had that issue before. We got stopped at the border. I brought 10 hats, and they're like, "You bringing anything down there?" Like, we're going to a show, and they're like, "Are you bringing anything to the show? Some hats or anything?" And we're like, "Oh yeah, I got like 10, 15 hats." And they're like, "I can't let you bring the hats in." They're like, "What?" And you're like, "Yeah, no, you got to do a customs declaration, like you're selling the hats and pay tariff." So it's kind of a pain.
I haven't read it yet, but Prairie Trucker says,
Okay.
have you? Can I read it?
Perry Tracker is always pushing the boundaries of what we can say about undisclosed things
This
and
isn't- I
should've read it
undisclosed
in
things.
the
Like,
This isn't
okay,
about-
this is a hypothetical. No, you know what? Streisand effect.
Oh,
Never thought about this, Prairie Trucker.
I haven't thought about
That
it.
would be a
He's-
very interesting thing to explore.
Yeah. So, well, let me read his question. It was, have you guys considered building an extreme duty 4x4 or 6x6 chassis and teaming up with Rochelle in Ontario for an armored vehicle offering? Their current vehicles are built on the F550 chassis. One cool thing that we are doing is we're
Shut
just
up,
like,
shut up.
not related.
What are you
It's-
saying?
It's about the, what is that show? We can say that because it's publicly, they put it out on the website.
Oh,
We got messages.
can we? Like, this is the one of the. Okay, I'll send you the thing and you can put it out there. I got the screenshot
Ooh,
of the
no,
thing when the
I'm
thing
not doing
happened.
it. I'm not the one doing it.
Well, no,
Uh,
hold on. I don't think we can. Like, if we just share that, like, they put it on their website. They're like,
Okay,
they put it on their
totally-
website. How does that affect us? Like, but are we allowed to then say it on our channel if they put it on their website?
Totally unrelated. Someone shared us a link that CanSec put us in attendance on their website. And now nothing is happening. Some of us are going there to observe the show, but it'll be cool. I'm applying for a media pass because Chase and I want to do like try to be able to show some of the cool stuff that's out there. But yeah.
Great tracker.
What's the next
Push
question on the list? Moving on
okay.
here. We may have to edit this one out in the full version. I don't know if lives are honestly a good idea. Like, they're fun, but we have so many projects that we just would not be talking about.
we can pre-record them, but then you get off of the.
But then I like the questions. It's just like, man,
Oh, we
maybe
missed one
Prairie
from-
Truck. Maybe we just block Prairie Trucker. No, I'm kidding. But like, he knows too much.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, we can talk about the building demo. We can talk about that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the link was shared in the group, the members only group chat, but there's an NDA in the group chat, so it's like,
Yeah, so Brian Goldstrom there, BW, he's a top tier member. So with that, you get some benefits, you get discount on our merch store, but you also get a WhatsApp group chat. And it's like, to fair disclosure, it's like a 99% group chat with your buddies, just sharing stuff. But eventually, sometimes some related Edison stuff gets shared along there. And that screenshot Chase did share it in there. So you should
put it in the group chat. There's an NDA in the group chat, so we can. It was already
Hey, now
shared.
he
That's
can't
how we
talk
found.
about it.
That's how we found out. That's how we found out they put it in the website because one of the group chat members somehow was looking at the website for that thing, and then he's like, "Your logo is on this website as
That's crazy.
you
That's crazy.
being and yeah," and we're like, "What? Okay, cool."
So we took down the warehouse, which is controversial. Some people didn't want it taken down, but we had to.
I hate when things are controversial in their opinion, where it's just flat out like, no, we had to take it down. Like, what do you want from us? Like,
There's a
we
liability.
tried to save it. We wanted to save it, but we had to. Like, sorry.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those ones where. sorry. People sending me messages about more about that thing. I'm gonna drop that.
Stop
Stop sending me
talking about
text
it.
messages. I'm gonna flip my phone over and stop texting me about it while I'm looking at it. I'm not gonna look at my phone anymore. Group chat. Well, anyways, so about the warehouse, we brought out some engineers. I brought out like 4 different engineers came out to have a look at it. One engineer figured that they could save it, but the engineering fees would be like 400 grand, and the cost to do it was going to be like millions, in the tens of millions of dollars. Every other engineer said, look, 30% of these beams are okay and might be structural. The other 70%, they're rotten. They've been up there too long. There's stress cracks in them. These beams cannot stay up there. And we found out too that, like, what is it, like 6 months ago, that number one, there's endangered barn swallows that it needs to be dealt with before the winter ends. And number two, one of the railway people came in after, like, oh, we bought the property, and they're, by the way, you should probably get an engineer to look at that building to make sure it's not falling over onto the tracks. And the feedback we got was, oh, you know what? Sometime in the next 10 years, it might fall over. And if it falls onto the rail tracks, it can cost up to $2 million per hour for every hour that you block that main line. You're like, that's company bankrupt overnight. Like, we have it. We have, it's not that. We did have like liability insurance. We carried insurance for it. But why take that risk? Why incur the extra insurance? Just get in there, get the building down safely, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. It was sad to see it go. There was a lot of history in that building. We were able to save a lot of the good beams. We set them aside there, carried them away. We're going to try and reuse them for the next shop, like, or the office buildings. I think they'd make, some of them are just too big to even use for an office buildings, because some of them are cracked, and like, these beams are so big and they're so old, they're not really structural anymore. Don't use them for structural things, but also they're too big to use for like decorative things. So we're figuring out something to do with them. A couple people want to make some signs out of them. Okay, for the record, this picture here of this was a fun night. We decided once the building was down, that was the same day that we got our Environment Canada National Emissions Mark for the Royal Truck we're building. So this was the day. Like, the shop, it was a really cool day. The shop came down. Everything was down on the shop, and Environment Canada's like, your truck is approved. You can sell this. So it was also Johnny, the Italian engineer's last day of work. So we all got together and we figured we would have a big bonfire with all the broken materials. Like, we had to burn them anyways. We had to get rid of them. And we let all the engineers have a go in the log loader. So we let the engineers come. Some did really well. Some didn't. Some were a little more nervous. But honestly, I think most of them did pretty good. Everyone had a good time. Like, it was just a fun night. We got a bunch of pizza, had a couple drinks, and then fired up the log loader and threw pieces of wood into the fire.
Had drinks after the log loader.
Okay, yeah, nobody drank and then ran the log loader. The engineers got off work, fired up the log loader.
Yeah.
We got the fire going and then had a few drinks. And also, nobody was on the clock and being paid, so WorkSafe is not an issue. We were explicitly told that WorkSafe does not account if it's after hours.
For those of you listening on the podcast, we put up a bunch of pictures that we were referencing along with that story. So
thank you. Check it out on the YouTube.
Yeah. And along those lines, so I brought Aldo up. We brought Aldo up from Vancouver, where he lives. Aldo's my lead editor, and he is a fantastic cameraman. So he and I, as well as Sean, we were all getting footage. At one day, we had 8 cameras on it. So we have 1.6 terabytes of footage of this teardown. I don't know how long the video will be, but the shots would be fantastic. So it's probably going to be 2-3 weeks till that video is edited, but we will put out a video on the teardown. Thankfully, we had a good month there with Chase's investor, what was it, right to repair video rant.
Yeah, that was our first million ever view on YouTube for a long format video.
I wanted to talk about that one when it first came up, but it's been a while since it's been on here. But
so with that, I got to upgrade my drone. So I got a Mavic 4 Pro, which is like the top cinema drone that you get before you get into like a $25,000-$30,000 drone. And And so the footage I got with that is fantastic. And at one point, I go in the building and I look up and I count the rafters, and we're taking one down at a time. So at most, 2 rafters can potentially collapse. So I went back 4, but then 3 of them collapsed at the same time. Or 4. I missed they missed a drone by like the drone got showered in snow. I'm like, that's not
such a cool shot though.
Yeah, that is really cool. That's really cool.
I cannot wait to see this full length teardown. Like it might not do well because like videos that aren't our normal subject about like
that one,
trucks
everyone likes a demo though. You see demos go viral all the time for just being a demo. People like them, and then there's the hippies that don't blah 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 blah. But everybody likes a good demo. No, I was flapping my hands around there because your last drone was sick. Where's that one? I'll buy it off Edison. That's a great
the Avanta 2, the FPV.
Yeah, the FPV one.
That one we got. It's just parked. It doesn't take the best video. And Peter got that for doing an ad, so he wanted the drone. So I'm kind of keeping around for Peter to fly it a bunch before he gets back. I did put it for sale, but it's not fantastic. The Mini 2 takes better shots than that because at least it's stable.
It's just that was just so fun to drive. Actually,
it was fun to drive.
Like,
you got the FPV goggles.
Operate and everything.
Oh, that's a nice update, I guess. Peter is on his way back out here now. So, you guys remember Peter from he worked here for like a year and a bit. He went back to finish off his schooling. His schooling is now done, and he is on his way back here to live in one of the cabins. So. Unfortunately, it's really sad. We lost Johnny. He had to go back to schooling, but Peter finished his schooling and he's coming back. So
nice.
Another awesome guy coming back.
I look forward to having Peter back. I do miss Johnny. Johnny, he fit in. He became family by the time he left. So, but
he's planning on coming back though.
Eventually,
yeah. That's good.
I'm sure we can convince Johnny
I guess
to come back.
They
all
have
miss
like
Johnny.
school, and then like, do they have other like work experience they have to do? Or is it like Edison counts for it, or do they have to trade around?
No. I think they can get their job, whatever. I know that Peter said that when he went back to school, everyone that went and worked, they got back to school and they're like, school sucks. And a lot of them just like dropped it and they went and got a real job. They're like, I'll finish that later one day, but I already have the job in the field I want.
That's fair.
That's fair. And yeah, we'll have to get him back, but like we have to also find out is like he only had a temporary work permit too. So like we'll figure that out for Johnny. Ooh,
I was loving your video
of that though, bringing in immigrants.
You're doing it again?
I think this Friday we have our most controversial video ever coming out. I'm a little nervous on how this is gonna do. It's by far probably our most controversial video ever this weekend.
Top 3 for sure.
Okay.
What's more controversial?
Like the SC carts was up there.
That's not controversial.
That's controversial.
That's a different controversy.
Yeah.
MMP was pretty.
Yeah, that's different controversy. Different controversy. This is the one where it's like politically, like most people on those last 2 were like, oh yeah, that's clearly. This is the one where we talk about temporary foreign workers in the trucking industry, and I have a rant about that. So like, I'm interested to see how that'll do.
It's time someone had a rant about it though. So
it is time.
I feel like we're gonna get a lot of support because like it's getting bad. Like some of the videos of the truck drivers driving around right now, and it's like
we'll go into it. I'm not gonna get too much into this podcast at the thing, but I get mad, grab Theron, and I just do an unfiltered rant for like 10 minutes on what I really think about the state of the industry and what happens with temporary foreign workers in the trucking industry. So that's gonna be some people might like the video, some people might not. We'll see how it goes.
I have to premise this. It's about the employers and the government regulations, not the workers themselves.
Do you say that in the video? Or
yes.
We'll have to watch the video. People will just have to watch the video. We'll see how it does. And might be a little controversial, but
see you next week for the apology video.
Really
next YouTube live. Here's the apology from Chase when he was feeling spicy.
I don't know. Again, I think that conversation's well overdue, and I hope it actually rocks the boat a little bit and makes some people turn their heads on it because it needs to happen. The conversation needs to be had in Canada.
It does.
Okay.
Well, next thing, what is else on the list to talk about?
I was going to talk the demo video, your operator video. I thought was very funny. I had a lot of people who don't even follow Edison sent that. Like it just got into like operator chats and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's Chase. That's funny. They're like, I don't know who the guy is, but like this is a funny video. Like just you getting served and stuff.
That was
Honestly-
Johnny's send off.
That was Johnny's send off. That was
wow,
Johnny's
great
last
video.
day.
I quite like
That was
video.
literally Johnny's last day in Canada, I think.
Oh no way! Well, it was a great
Yeah.
video. If everyone hasn't seen it, go watch it. Chase is being treated how all operators are treated.
Yeah, this is
As they
Chase.
should be.
Chase
As
has
they
a-
should be. Honestly, like it's one of the funny things. Like operating is just nice. Like, so my girlfriend's a heavy duty mechanic, and she works out of a mobile service truck where she works outside in the cold. And like you always hear mechanics and be like, "Oh, it must be so nice to be an operator. Oh, sitting in that nice warm cab. Oh, sitting in that air conditioning cab, listening to your music, driving your truck, running your machine." You're like, "Yes, it is nice
Yeah,
being an
it's fantastic.
operator.
I love
You
it."
should have picked a better trade. I'm sorry you're outside at minus 20 below in the snow, but I picked a trade that allows me to be inside a warm cab. I
Yeah.
thought ahead because I'm
I-
kind of lazy and
There's two videos I seen that made me laugh the other day. The one guy was in a hoe, and the guy outside was freezing cold, and he pins over it, and he's shirtless and like opens the window and starts fanning himself off. I like that. And then the other one, these guys were upgrading their machine, and the one guy had like a brand new machine. The one guy had one from the '60s, the brand new machine. I wanted you to do this in your video, but he had the foot bath massager. He had one of those in his skid steer. It's like that would have been so funny to have that in the log loader, the little foot bath.
oh,
In
that
the
would have
log
been
loader.
good. Yeah,
Just
it's like
sit there.
man, log loader cabs. We did a video comparing the difference between
Wild.
an excavator and a forestry machine, like a construction excavator versus a forestry excavator. Man, forestry cabs are the only way to go. 100%.
It's a different animal, that's for sure. There's a ton of room in those things.
Like excavators don't even have room for like a mini fridge or a microwave, let
No.
alone a butler. Like
A butler.
ridiculous.
Yeah, where's your butler supposed to sit in those?
That
I
video
guess-
comes out, should be in 2 Fridays from now.
nice.
Yep.
All right,
Uh,
what's next on the list for new? Like, there's been so many changes at Edison. I know the shop is doing really well. So one of the exciting things is that all the walls are on the shop, roof is all done. We are just waiting for the guys to come out and install the garage doors next. So that's a cool one. The electricians are running the electrical cable in the just underneath the foundation. So the electrical shop is connected with via BC Hydro. Now they're just putting everything in the actual shop itself. Doors going in, and then we'll start on some lights, fixtures, and we'll do everything in the next 2-3 months, hopefully, so that by the time it's warm, we're just ready to lay concrete and start on the new shop.
Rayoyev? I don't know how to say that.
Rayo.
He says, when is the main floor concrete pour planned? As soon as it warms up.
Yeah, we're kind of planning end of April, May. We need about a good solid 4 to 6 weeks of plus weather to get that frost out of the ground. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing in a layer of, we were told we basically want 1 inch minus crush. We got that subfloor down. Now we got to build in a 2-3 inch layer of 1 inch minus. We're going to bring that in over the next couple weeks. We're going to pack that down, pack it. And then as that frost comes out of the ground, we're going to find areas of where it settles a little bit lower. And then we're going to have to bring in, top it off, pack it again, let it sit for a week or two. Because you want to make sure that when you're pouring a slab that big, that you're not getting areas where it's going to bow down, crack. You need to be 100% sure that all that frozen water is out of the ground. You got to roll those shoulders back, roll the snow away from the shop, which we've been doing. Then let that all dry, because if it starts sagging on the outside and the material from that, so it's just, it's weather dependent. That is one of the unfortunate things about being in Canada, is that we can't just heat a shop that big and get a consistent drying temperature. So
That it was a video I seen online. A guy had an RC car with a beer on it, and he drove it up to his friend in his shop. And then when in the video, all I could pay attention to is he had a shop that was beautiful finish, but just like stick and frame walls. And I'm like, oh yeah, he lives in the South where that's all they need. Building a shop in Canada is crazy. Like how much it costs to heat that shop, how much extra you got to do for the concrete, everything. Like it's a different animal.
When we were in Texas, it was like -2, and everyone was panicked, and everyone's water was freezing because
Yeah.
all of their water lines went on the outside wall without insulation.
Yeah,
which-
crazy behavior. We just have to put it 8 feet down everywhere, so it doesn't.
But he had
freeze.
to run back and flush the coolant or drop all the coolant in his equipment because it all just had water.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
I think Cody might be making a dig at you here. He said asphalt would be good too. Is that Cody? Is that a dig?
Asphalt.
When we say asphalt, people get mad. It's asphalt. I don't know how Americans say it.
Or maybe he's just American and that's how he spells.
People make fun of Chase saying asphalt.
It's
like, yeah, it's like, no, it's a semi. No, it's a semi.
Semi-truck.
Well, I guess we
Allison was listening to the podcast at work when I said that.
Oh, awesome.
Now I'm getting in shit.
Oh boy. Should have picked a better job, boy.
That's
what I texted her again, just to reiterate it. Just dig the hole deeper.
She has to know.
We missed when we were talking about. We talked about the BDE in the game, right? We have all those images to show. So, but we should give a big shout out to 850 modding. I'll throw up some images here on American Truck Sim.
Yeah, this guy, honestly, he did, thousands of hours of work to put in there, put the custom features, color-coded features. Like, he put in so much work into this mod. It is a fantastic job. Also, on that one, too, big shout-out to Peerless Trailers. Peerless allowed us to put their Tokel rig, like the rig up for Tokel, put the quad wagon and everything into the game. So we got the actual like Peerless equipment in the game too. So that was nice of them to allow us to do that.
Was that Peerless trailer in the game before, or is the first one with you guys? Oh,
I think yeah. So that's pretty sweet. And yeah, 850 modding did a wild job. There's so many different options and features that I really hope people support them. Go download the mod, and if you want, I have tried out his other mods too. They are fantastic. The scissor neck mod, also I found out does work in Euro Truck Simulator. So I took the BDE and then the scissor neck to go do the Stelvio pass. Does not work. That scissor neck and a tri-drive winch tractor is way too big for European streets, but it is a 10 out of 10. Recommend it. Honestly, it's so much more fun in European Truck Simulator.
I've been following a guy who has a Scania in America. I'm sure you probably run across him, and like he's got the rear steers trailer as well and a Scania, and it's like a 90s. I don't know what year they allow in, and it's like so nice. I didn't think I was like I'm not a cab over guy. I know they're cool trucks. I know they're fancier. I see videos of it. I'm like, man, I could have one of those. Those are pretty sweet, actually.
Brandon directed a question to me. Have I showed you guys the Pete he sent me on Instagram? I didn't show them to him, but we have seen the electric piece before multiple times at shows. But Brandon did show me that there was a Peterbilt cab over, electric cab over. Have you seen that, Chase?
It's just a DAF, isn't it?
Pretty much. I'll send it to you. Maybe I can throw it up here. Okay.
Yeah, so you can throw it up on the on the live there. But yeah, it's just a DAF. Like PACCAR owns DAF trucks out of Europe. So all of their little like class 5, class 6 little cab overs, if you have a look at the Kenworth and the Peterbilt cab over, they are identical. And then you have a look at a DAF truck, it's a DAF truck. So it's like the DAF truck. It's a European,
it's just
small European cab over.
Sorry. There it is.
Someone said they've seen a couple Scania cab overs in Alberta hauling grain. I've never seen a Scania in Canada. That would be pretty
there are a few. Like once they hit over 15 years old, you're allowed to bring them in. So a few people do bring them in.
I'm sure they do. They're nice trucks, but like I said, I haven't seen one in Canada. But if you do, send some pictures because that's dope.
Uh-oh. Are you deleting them, Chase? What does that mean?
I took off the ones because you said you could only have 10 images. So I took off the ones that I removed because I see that you were having trouble removing.
I am.
Also, there's a $5 payment for Craig Bry.
Oh, so electric semis, will they get
There it is.
Leading the charge. Leading the charge. Get out of here.
Yeah, we're leading the charge.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a
we're
DAF.
actually charging.
Yeah.
No, that's not the DAF. That's like the old that's the garbage truck setup. I forgot Peterbilt made those.
Yeah, so they got the all electric one now.
Mac, the fully charged show, Mac brought theirs out. Those are pretty common. They've been electric for a while. It's not like the little the DAF trucks.
Yeah.
It was So the diesel electric semis, will they get miles to the kilowatt or what?
No, because we're in Canada and we use kilometers.
Also, he should have said or watt.
The
like
kilowatt to the
That would've been-
kilometer.
Yeah, or watt. That would have been
Or
much
what?
better.
Yeah, you missed a good one.
Yeah, missed it.
Ah,
Greg.
that would have been a good one, Craig. But yeah, you do see people measuring like how many kilowatts per kilometer that you get. That is a thing to show the efficiency of the truck and how hard you're working the truck.
Again, it depends on vocational. Like if you're making vocational uses, though, it's non. It's what am I
In
looking
vocational
for?
settings, fuel economy is not really a thing.
It can be irrelevant because if your truck just gets to the job site and runs a PTO or equipment or whatever, then how do you measure the kilometers per watt? Isn't
There's a video of Chase from years ago where he's talking about like cab of equipment having curved glass for wind resistance on the trailer, and it's like no when vocational trucks are hauling 120 130,000 pounds, fuel economy actually isn't the biggest issue. It's getting up the hill at all. So
who's Chase got there? Someone came in. Kevin said, did you guys have a video of the electric cowboy over Peterbilt on the side of the highway? That wasn't the Peterbilt, that was the Kenworth. And actually, at the last time Chase was at ConEx, he met the Kenworth reps in the airport or someone high up in Kenworth. And they were like, yeah, we saw your video.
yeah, heads rolled over that video.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, I met one of the guys that was in charge of the Kenworth Electric. He's like, you caused me so much grief with that.
But
They're
like,
so mad at you.
we're not trying to play high and mighty. We fully expect our vehicles to be on the side of the road one day. But
They're already on the it broke down upon delivery. It didn't even make it to the
We're
road.
done talking
Like
about that truck.
This is one of those ones where it's like, okay, we call it like, hey, we found your truck broken down. Ours didn't even make it to the road. So it's like we're owning our own mistakes. Like, so
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna call somebody else out on a breakdown, you also have to be able to call yourself out on a breakdown.
We do often though, so
We do, but we've also made some big changes to improve those reliability. Like, that's one of those things. Is like, I'm relatively proud of the breakdowns. I like the fact that we have breakdowns because it shows how we can improve it, how we make changes, and then we can then show those things of like, look, it explains why we're doing things. It explains like what people need to look out for when they own a truck. It explains what our testing looks like. It explains in a transparent way. So, when our truck does do well and we show like, look, it's working, it's doing well, at least people know that we're not BSing because we're also showing when it does poorly. And then it explains why the design changes. Like, we have made there's almost a V4 between the Undisclosed truck and the MCon truck. For lack of a better word, we'll call that V3, version 3. We had Carl, that was version 1. We had Topsy, that was version 2. We have the MCon and the Undisclosed. That is version 3. Now, the Tokel and the Royal truck are going to be version 4. Now, we made some relatively big changes on version 4 that I think we've talked about in some previous podcasts. And there's also some changes we haven't really talked about yet that I'm really excited about and also slightly disappointed about because they're more things that we've had to do from a regulatory compliance issue than they make sense. It's not the most efficient way of doing it, but it's better for compliance. But those are also things we know as we've been doing all our testing and CMVSS stuff. But I'm happy. I'm really, really happy with the things we're learning because it's building a better truck. The more we find out what fails now, the better we're going to be before going to production. Because I couldn't imagine the stress of being a company like, I don't know, let's just pick one at random, Nikola Motors, and deciding to raise, hey, we built a shop and we're going to build a giant $100 million production facility and we're going to be building thousands and thousands and thousands of trucks per year, and then finding out you have critical errors in your truck that involve massive recalls of all the trucks off the road and all the costs to redo them, resell them, and then I
remember that with Topsy. Like everyone I talked to about asking, like, oh, it seems like you guys haven't built that many trucks since like Topsy came out. It's like, yeah, if we would have copy and pasted Topsy, we would be so bankrupt right now because it wouldn't have worked. Like, It would
It wouldn't have been good. Like,
It wouldn't have been
wouldn't have
good.
been good.
Like, it would have worked.
it
Sorry, it
would've
wouldn't have been
worked,
good.
but like it wouldn't be the most. It wouldn't be like the version we have now. Version 3 is night and day difference on Topsy, and even that is now has night and day difference. Like, you don't go to production with your first prototype or your third prototype. You talk to people building new technologies, it takes like 7. Like, with the real world, it's gonna take like 5 to 7 prototypes. So like version 4 is probably not going to be the final version either. We hope it's going to be closer and closer.
And
And
it's
every
also,
time
it's also hard because technology is advancing so fast.
Yeah, it's changing every day.
oh man, that is the craziest thing. It's like you look at the state of batteries between when we started to now.
And all the
we were
regulations.
buying batteries for capacity and cost and discharge rating and flammability and safety is increasing, but it's doubling. The amount of battery storage since we started has doubled, and the cost has halved. So it's literally this opposite thing in this. If you were to do that as like a line graph, it's crazy. So by the time we get this new shop going, we're going to be focusing on the mechanical trucks. We've got approval from Environment Canada to build them. They're not a regulatory concern. They're not a driveline concern. There's nothing in there that's new. There's nothing in there that's novel. It's a pretty boring truck, the same as every other truck made in the last 100 years. But that's proven. That works. That's a way to get profitable quicker. We can sell those. We don't have to worry about recalls. And then we can work on really making sure the next 2 versions after the Royal are just dialed into the T so that when these trucks roll out of the shop, I want them to hit 1,000,000 kilometers without having to worry about breakdowns. I want our hybrids to have the same reliability as that mechanical. And we're not going to get there if we're trying to rush to production and building thousands of hybrids right away. That's like a guaranteed way to like...
Yeah.
Could go well, but the odds are not in your favor of not having. But it's kind of cool. We're taking a lot of the parts too that we've had issues with, and we're kind of putting in a couple extra redundant features on them. We've tried out different suppliers, changed suppliers, tested new ones, and found easier ways to mount them and run them. So I'm getting pretty happy with it.
No, it's exciting stuff. The go-karts. I remember seeing a few TikToks and Instagrams about the go-karts. Sounded like we weren't going to do it there for a second. Now sounds like the challenge is back on. What's going on with it?
Yeah, challenge is back on. We basically are like, hey, the batteries may or may not end up in time, and you may have to figure out a way to build your own 48-volt battery. But let's go. It's June 6th. We're going to have the event. It's such a huge success. It really, really gets kids interested in engineering, gets them interested in designing, manufacturing, and it's just a cool way to introduce them to some of this electric stuff. I find it to be very motivating. It's really, really cool. We couldn't not do it again. We've had so much success, and we've even hired a lot of students. We have our 3 high school students. They're now working full time the next year. They're now apprentice mechanics, but we've worked with them all the way through, meeting them for the kart, meeting them for the races, talking with them, hiring them full time. Now they've got their apprentice, and now they're working as apprentices in the shop building the truck. So it's a really, really cool experience.
And this year we're having it on our property. So we've kind of been we'd have it at the Merritt Rodeo Grounds before, and like obviously we can't do earthworks and like build a
Yeah, I
track.
can't
We just had
make
to
different
use
stuff.
lay of the land. But now it's our own property. We can do whatever we want. We can actually make a cool track.
And I've got some really, really more challenging ideas this year.
Okay.
So we
Challenging and safe.
we always have 2 events. They will always be the same 2 events. There will be the off-road race, and there will be the time track, normal, standard, fastest lap around wins race. But we do 5. And the other 3 are going to be really, really fun. And I'm not saying it. I have been so tight-lipped that I have not even told the other Edison employees what they are, other than the ones not racing, because this year we are entering our own. The girls have the girls have a team where they're building the go-kart. The guys are building a go-kart, and the high school kids are building another go-kart to compete. So we have 3 Edison teams that are going to be competing against the high school kids. So I'm not even telling them what it is.
Edison is putting 2 adult teams into a children's race again.
3. We're putting 3 adult teams.
We've never competed against children for prizes before. Never had any truck shows or anything. We don't do that.
Wait, they might have seen when we built the car at fully charged.
Yeah, we kicked those kids' ass. Like,
Yeah,
I think we
deserve
continue
to
the
lose.
tradition of, I'm sorry, but like, if fully charged, I don't know, for people not familiar with it, there was an event where it was basically for like kids 10 and under. They had to build a little electric vehicle and compete in a little drag race.
They made the mistake of asking us to help. It's like, we're not here to help. We're here to build.
Well, they
a better
asked us
one.
to compete. They're like, you should build a cart and then you put it in there and you can help the kids out and you build the cart. And we kicked those kids' ass. Like the Edison engineering team just destroyed those 10-year-olds. Like it wasn't even close. In like the third event, the first 2 events, we really didn't do well at all.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
matter.
We
think it
lost
was
the
our
first 2, but
it was our celebration that might have crossed the
We were
line.
more happy than any child
it was
has ever been.
so funny though. Like Ricky, 2-Bit Da Vinci, also comes over. Like the other
He was
fully
also
charged
pumped,
guys,
too.
and like they just come over. Everyone's like high fiving. We celebrated way too hard.
Rich is dancing up and down.
Yeah, literally jumping for joy about how he pummeled those kids into submission with his vehicle designing skills.
Second place was like an 8-year-old girl.
our whole team's doing like the #1 thing.
We're number 1. It's like 10 guys. Like that second place is like 1 8-year-old girl, and we did not beat her by that much. So like I don't know if we should have been that happy. It's like we probably like 10 engineers and mechanics
We're
working
very
on one
excited.
single vehicle for like 6 hours that we competed in the year before, got our asses handed to us, went back with design plans to compete in year 3, and finally in year 3 with a team of 10, we beat 1 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, all
But-
the other ones didn't even make the finish line. But
Yeah, that's no, third place made the finish line too.
minor details.
Oh, but this year, that being said, we are going to compete against the high school kids.
Good.
We
Good
have
need to
3 things competing. We have our high school kids that got a bunch of first places last year. They're coming back. The mechanics, all the dude mechanics are building a go-kart, and then all of the lady mechanics and the office ladies are
Nice.
building a cart. So
People need to know that's on their spare time. Don't be like, oh, you should be putting it into the trucks, blah, blah, blah. People always
that's
say
spare
that.
time.
They always say it drives me nuts. It's like, yes, it's on their spare time. They live in a 300-acre wilderness. They like to do shit like that, okay?
Yeah, it's like, and yeah, that should be good. So I think that's
So-
fair. You got to compete against Edison and win against our team. So I'm not telling any of our team, we are being fair. As the guy that's designing and building the track with the other guys, we are not telling them what the events are until they show up with their carts.
So if you guys want to come, we do have tickets on our website under events. It's a $10 charge, but the charge is more so just to have a head count, so we know how many porta potties and food trucks to bring in, and it goes to our nonprofit, which it helps fund the event. So there is that. We also have another event coming up on September 26th. It's our annual Investors Day, and we have tickets available there too. And both the go-kart and Investors Day, there is camping. So you get your ticket, apply for camping, and so that's a big one. Investors Day, I believe we're selling 250 tickets. So
I think that was enough. We're going to see at 250. 500 is the limit before you get into kind of major event planning where you need a lot of permits. So we did 100 last year, 120, and it went really well. I think it was done very good. Now we got another guy helping us out that's like more professional with this. So I think we're going to try a 250.
Nice.
And yeah,
So-
you show up. Please, we're inviting the public to the go-kart challenge, but please get a ticket so we know how many people are coming, so that the food trucks and the washroom and all that. It's a $10 donation that goes 100% to the
not for Investors Day.
no, for the go-kart.
Yeah.
The
How's
go-kart.
Investors
Yeah,
Day going to work?
Investors Day is, I don't know, what was it, like $125 and then like $25 if you're camping.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so there are limited amount of tickets for that. So if you want to come, get in it now. Investors Day again, September 26th. Get your tickets now if you're going to come, because it will sell out. I'm pretty sure it's going to sell out.
It,
Last-
yeah, we sold out last year within like a week. So We haven't really announced it. This has been the first kind of public-facing announcement because we're letting people that are seriously interested come out. But it was a really, really fun time last year. We put the link to the video from last year on the YouTube. It was good.
We did nothing irresponsible the whole time.
Nothing irresponsible happened. There was no ambulances involved at all, and everybody had a very calm, collected, as you would expect at Investors Day.
It was a very responsible evening. I think we sat there just cross-legged, talking, nothing serious.
Someone looked at it. Well, yeah. Well, we got to be very, very clear that the campfire was not part of the Investors Day event. The Investors Day event ends at 5:00. If people are camping out after the event and they are staying an extra night because they don't want to travel after a long day and a dinner at 6, some of them may want to get together and have a campfire. That is not part of the Investors Day event. It's just something that happens or could happen. I don't know. It's just people hanging out.
Yeah. So you might want to, we are going to have a quieter section possible for
that was the one thing comment we got last year is we need one quiet camping and one noisier camping because some people
don't come. sorry.
No, there's a lot of people that want to come in for the investor thing. It's like we're gonna have it's the big annual shareholder meeting, the everything that you do as a company that has shares, and you invite your investors out, and we can have those things. But some people, like I said, after the event want to hang out, and some of the people hanging out might be a little noisy. There might be music. There might be who knows what's happening.
It better not
we
be
just want to move the noisier part away from the other people.
I got to get rid of it, and we'll be draining it down into my body. So don't bring any beer.
Well, we will not. That's one of the things. Like the Edison event is not providing any kind of anything like that. We are not providing that. We are not doing that. That is not part of the Investor Day event. If you would want to hang out as friends after the event, that's cool.
I like the Wildly Coyote there. All video evidence was fake by AI. We should hand out those extra finger things so everyone could wear one so we can deny everything. So everyone's got 6 fingers. So if we do anything wacky, hey, AI.
It was all AI.
I think our guy was looking to potential liquor license.
Nice.
But
I don't know. It's we got to
be
be very, very clear that the event ends at 6 and that nothing. It's just people hanging out as friends. The ticket does not include that. It's just a friend invite if you want to come hang out as friends after the event. Because there's way too much liability if you actually get a liquor. It's just we're not drinking at any of the Edison events. It's just not anything. We're not drinking at the Go-kart challenge. We're not drinking at that. Obviously, that's a high school challenge. But, and we're not drinking at the Investors Day. It's just, you just can't combine work with those kind of events. It's not a good image. It's not professional. It's just...
Mike Maxwell says, could you build a birdhouse with the lumber from the warehouse? You definitely could.
Yeah, you can do that with any wood, actually, bud. It's pretty interesting.
I don't think a birdhouse... We could build a pretty big birdhouse.
You know,
like, you could have a birdhouse for that bird off Family Guy bird.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. You could build a full house out. You could build a chicken coop.
You could build a lot of stuff with it.
We should get chickens. Man, a lot of people want to get chickens.
Do you have tick problems? You should get some guinea hens.
What problems?
Ticks. Like what ticks?
Guinea hens, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're really annoying, though. They're very annoying. But they eat all the ticks in your yard.
There's a bunch of dogs out there that I don't think we could have free-range chickens.
Yeah, Cedar's kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm. There's a farmer trick with chickens, but I don't know if it's podcast appropriate to keep the dogs from eating the chickens. But then I'll leave it.
So something funny happened. Our website developer figured out he noticed what would it be a common thing that Chase did in the intro of Chase's his shorts. So he did put together a little compilation. So I'm going to play that quickly. But first I want to say, Chase, you can't stop doing it. I think it's just got to be, you got to roll with it. You don't get self.
Don't stop
saying it out. Now that Cody pointed it out, it's all I can see, and now I'm like,
Don't stop.
Don't get self-conscious. But here it is.
All right. 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 All right.
And yeah, and that was some. Like there's a lot more than that.
A lot longer than that.
There's
think
so
you-
many all rights.
Anytime
But
you start
now
a
the thing is
podcast,
like, oh, I put that out there and I'm like, oh yeah, say this a lot. And like, I've got a lot of friends that are content creators. And now they were all saying, like, going back through their videos and realizing that they all had similar things.
there's
Like,
something you
hey
say,
guys,
yeah.
And here we go.
here, yeah,
Here we go. That's the boss garage. He goes, and here we go.
You gotta
But
do
he does,
something.
it, he does it at the end. Or as a segue into the next thing.
no. Rich also does the big open iron where he comes up and you notice he'll do that every time. Right? Hey, hey, like he's pretty like, all right, ready.
Guys casting spells over.
It's
on his
funny, like
fingers.
it's funny how you do the same similar thing all the time.
Even
anyways,
for
though-
the podcast, you say "all right" too. If you start off, you're like "all right," and then start talking.
All right. Well,
All right.
so I do gotta run here pretty quick.
Yes, I have to go. Play
Okay, we can end it. I think we went through.
I mean, not that I need to like do anything, but I've just been drinking a lot of coffee and tea, and I gotta pee real bad now. So
We went through the list. I guess the only thing we didn't say was that we got ECC certification on the Cummins for the
oh, we said that. Yeah,
Did we?
we talked.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we talked about that when we were talking about the bonfire. How we got
Oh,
that.
that's right. That's right. And engineering's almost complete on the BDE mechanical.
Oh yeah, that's an exciting one. Yeah. Should we just touch on that one? What's left to do? Where we're at?
Sure.
Okay, I'll throw in the picture of where we're currently at in there.
Also, wait, quick pause. This Wildly Coyote doesn't know who Matthew McConaughey is. Why is he saying Woody Harrelson there? What are we doing?
What, Woody Harrelson given all right?
Did he get it mixed up? Wild
Wait,
Meat
what?
Coyote is so awesome.
Yeah, he is. But like, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm calling him up for that.
There,
Where
I'll
is it?
throw-
Oh,
Unless it's a deep joke that I don't understand. Because it's the Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right.
I don't
No.
see where you just deleted something.
And
And I
I
guess-
just threw up the where we're at with the truck with the rad and everything.
Oh, that was already up there. Yep.
Yeah, all right. So this is where we are currently at in production for the Royal truck. One of the big ones, I gotta say, the engineers did an awesome job. We got all the rest of the parts finished design. We got manufacturing drawings sent off. And really the only thing we have left to do on this truck is get those parts manufactured. So we are literally waiting on things that came down to the wire of steering mounts. I wasn't super happy with the first steering system because getting the leaf springs was a nightmare. Honestly, it was like, oh, wow, this is great. The leaf springs are a pain. So we sourced a more common leaf spring, changed up the hangers, resourced a hanger. Hangers are being manufactured right now, which means that as soon as we get the steer axle hangers, we can get that steer axle attached onto the front end. Once we got the steer axle attached, the Cummins X15. Obviously, we got our national emissions mark on that, and it is ready now to pick up at the warehouse in Calgary. So hopefully in the next week or two, that X15 is going to show up. Hopefully next week, I'm hoping the X15 is going to show up. We'll drop in the engine mounts, and realistically, next week, everything is being, well, this week, sorry. Forgot it's Monday and not a weekend anymore. This week, all the parts are being manufactured. They're being finished up, painted. They're going to be here. We will have all the remaining parts. The week after, we will be installing all of those parts. The week after that, we will be connecting all the parts, wiring, all the airlines are done. And then in 3 weeks, we will have this truck delivered to Marsup to start the winch tractor rig up if all
way.
goes to plan, which means it won't go to plan. But
Yeah, don't say that. Don't do that.
so
No,
in
that's
like
exciting.
6 weeks, it will be at Marsup.
Yeah. Okay, even that though, that's pretty exciting. So,
Knock on wood.
what's Marsup's like logistics time? Like,
They've been
weeks?
prefabricating some parts, so they've been working with our engineers to design everything on it, and now they've been prefabricating parts. So hopefully, when it gets there, we can just drop it off. And
Are
then
they
it's
just
going
the winch,
over
or are
to
they the winch, the roller, and like
the winch, the
everything?
roller, the chain hangers, the front bumper,
Okay.
all of that good stuff?
Yeah. Nice. Oh,
Yeah,
look, a
then
truck
the-
we can just talk about. Oh my god.
I know, it's so nice. It don't have to be like, oh, the secret hidden thing going
Yeah.
on behind the sleeper. No, it's a 40-ton Braden, or is it Tulsa?
I don't know.
Okay, I
prefer
can
Tulsa
talk about
just
it, but I
'cause
don't
it's
remember
cool
it.
truck.
But a 40-ton winch on the back with just, it's so nice. and we can share pictures of it. We can show what
Yeah.
it's going to look like,
Freedom.
and then it's
Don't worry
going.
about
We
it.
can even say where it's going to. Like after that, it's going to go to LF Truck Customs down in near Lethbridge, and they're going to do the full painting, body, chicken lights, all of the fancy truck show stuff to it. Then we'll bring it back. By then, the snow should be out the test track, and we will start our CMVSS testing. And then this summer, we will be putting that thing to work.
Nice. Super
That is the
exciting.
plan, anyways.
Okay. We have Edison plaid shirts in our merch store. I'm wearing one, although it's a little big for me. Maybe I don't think I'm losing weight. But yeah, and it's got
And
our
we got
Edison
these
logo.
sweet T-shirts.
No, those aren't in there yet.
Oh.
We did a redesign.
Okay, we don't have T.
It doesn't matter. It's a T-shirt, guys.
It's a
Doesn't
T-shirt.
matter.
We're probably fine to reveal that we're getting T-shirts at some point.
We're getting those. We have to
Yeah.
have a slight design change. Yeah. So
Okay.
check out our
Awesome,
website,
guys.
our merch
Well,
store.
I think this podcast went pretty well. We didn't have too many slip-ups.
Oh, that reminds me. I got that.
1 second. Sorry. Brody
Change
just
that one
commented.
slip-up.
He said, "Can't wait for Edison to have a Texas bed truck." This one's not a Texas bed, right? Like, there's no.
No, this one
Okay.
we thought about a Texas bed, and they're like, it's not really worth the additional cost to like do the Texas bed part of it.
Plus,
And
do they
that's just-
even? Yeah. Do they want a Texas bed right now? Like,
Well, they
mostly
had a
just-
Texas bed, and it was all right, and they do a lot of tank farm work, but it's just why get more complicated than it needs to be?
Yeah.
Like,
fair
let's
enough.
keep it simple. And then the frame rails are in for the hybrid truck, so we're waiting on some of the parts that we redesigned to show up. So the parts have been ordered for the next hybrid versions V4. We're waiting on those parts, and we'll be able to start on the next ones after MCon.
Nice. Okay.
Right on,
So
on,
I'm
guys.
unlisted.
We'll
I'm
just keep
unlisting
talking
this
if we
podcast.
keep it going here.
I'm unlisting it. I'll try to make the changes, and I might have to do it tomorrow in Calgary while I'm at drone school.
Don't matter.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
See you, boys.
Right on. Bye.